Hello and welcome to today's video. We'll be looking at Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha's Justin Cooper and his health update after a nasty crash at High Point. We'll then look at Honda HRC's Hunter Lawrence and his penalty. Finally, we'll look at Ken Roczen and his thoughts on his one-off race at High Point National. Before we get into that, you already know, my magazines are available on the MXNetwork.com or the link in the description. I have the one on Max Anstey and his first win. Then we have the Fox Raceway National Edition with Jet Lawrence. We have a few more coming out soon. The Hangtown Edition with Ferrandez, Thunder Valley with Masterpool, and High Point with Ken Roczen. Those are going to be out in a couple days or within this week. So if you want to support me directly, go buy a magazine. It's the best way. Anyway, before we get into the news, let's hear from today's special guest, Bar X Suzuki rider and rookie rider Chase Yentzer. Today's special guest, we have Toyota Redlands, Bar X Suzuki 250 class rider and rookie Chase Yentzer. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Doing great. So this is really your full-time rookie debut in pro motocross. In 2019, you showed your speed in the 125 All-Star class. You won a few races and were pretty much up front the entire season. On to 2022, you kind of inched into the 250 class and showed your talent. Here we are in 2023, and you're making progress every weekend. Tell us about your journey.
Yeah, it was really good. In 2019, I did those dream races, and Bar X decided to give me a chance. And yeah, we had some rough patches in the amateur with Bar X, but they stuck by me and saw potential, I guess. And last year, I did 3 of the nationals, and I did pretty well with my circumstances and stuff. And we decided to go full-time into it this year, and I've been building every weekend and really enjoying it. And I think the confidence and experience helps a lot and goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Fox Raceway, it probably didn't start the way you wanted, but you were consistent at least. You went 31, 34 for 33rd overall. Take us through Fox Raceway and kind of your actual pro debut, how it felt.
It was really cool. I mean, I did my first press day, and that was really cool. And then for qualifying and stuff, I was really nervous about it, and just because I've never really done time qualifying before, and I ended up getting in. And the first moto, I was riding good, but I struggled to keep my head together and stay on 2 wheels. And then the second moto, I was honestly, I just got really tired, and a fall in the beginning of the moto, I had to catch up the whole moto. So yeah. It was good. I wanted more, but I was happy that I was there and finished both motos and did that.
Well, yeah, that's the way you got to start your career. Now, on Hangtown,
Exactly.
You improved a little bit in the first moto, 30th, but unfortunately the second moto, I think you said you had bike problems, so you ended up going 31 or 30th, 36th for 35th overall. What happened with the bike problems?
The bike problems, I got a good start that moto. I think I was running top 15 for the first half of the moto, and then I started to fade a little bit and went back to 23rd. And at the 2-lap mark, I dropped the valve. I'm not sure what the issue was on that, but my bike ended up blowing up, and I got stuck with 2 laps to go. So I was happy with how I rode that weekend, and just took everything I could out of it and put it into the next weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. In Thunder Valley, you made a complete 360, changed everything. It looked like you 18th, 17th for 18th overall. That day you just looked phenomenal. You kind of got things together. Are you feeling better on the bike at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I struggled with the California tracks a little bit in general, and Thunder Valley was more of like my hometown kind of stuff, like deep ruts and just rough track, and I felt really comfortable there, and things just started going together. Confidence levels were high, and just carried through the whole day.
All right, on to High Point. You did a little bit better, but you just looked more comfortable all day. Consistent 17 for 17th overall. I believe this is your home race, right?
Yes, this is my home race, and it started off really good. I mean, obviously it was muddy in the beginning, so that was threw a curveball at all of us. And but yeah, I had a good day. The first moto, I started on the outside, and I actually went off the track in the halfway up the first or the start stretch. And my dad told me, he was like, stay outside and go outside again, and he's like, it's going to come to you. Everybody's going to bunch up, and he was right about that. But I ended up losing my rear brakes in the first turn, and that was a little tough for me to ride the whole moto without rear brakes. I always use my rear brakes, and I struggled to ride without them. So, but it was good. I had 2 or 3 crashes that moto and still came out with a 17th. And then the second moto, had a good start again and just did my laps and put everything together and came out 17th again.
Yeah, I mean, you look steady all day, and obviously, looking at your results, just the results, you're making steady progress each and every weekend. With that being said, what would be your goal for the year from here on out? Or does your team have one for you, or what's the situation on that?
Yeah, so I kind of started at the beginning of the year. I kind of wrote down some goals for myself, and my goal was to be top 25 the first 3 nationals, and then top 20 rounds 4 through 6, and then I would like to be top 15 for the last 4 rounds, and that's my goal, and I've been achieving them so far, and I'm really happy.
That looks like a very achievable goal for you right now, man. So, thanks for coming on today, man. Obviously, you're making a lot of improvements here. I definitely see you being top 15 and probably top 10 by the end of the year, the way you're riding. But hopefully you can get those goals accomplished, and I hope to have you on in the future, man.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
On to today's news. Let's start with an update on Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha's Justin Cooper. Cooper has had an up and down season, but was still considered to be a title contender. While at High Point, things went downhill fast for him. In practice, I believe it was qualifying 2. Cooper swapped back and forth in the huge roller section, ended up crashing really hard. They did have footage shown on the broadcast, but I found a better angle, so let's watch that clip real quick. That's a brutal one for sure. Cooper was then put in a neck brace and put on a ambulance bed and sent to the hospital in the ambulance due to the neck injury worries. Today, Cooper came out and gave us a health update. Cooper's update reads, quote, "The past 24 hours have been pretty scary. As most of you know, I crashed yesterday in the second round of qualifying. My chest and neck got crushed by the handlebars. My throat started to close up in the Alpine Star Medical Unit, and I was immediately transported to the nearest hospital. I spent the night there and I'm heading back to Florida now to start my recovery. I really appreciate all of the messages and support. Also, a special thank you to my in-laws for getting Jillian to me ASAP yesterday and for waiting around for me to get discharged so that we could fly home today. I'm glad to hear that he's all okay. I'll throw up some of the photos he posted on the screen now, and as you can see, those handlebars did some damage. I'm pretty sure he was wearing a chest protector as well, so he must have hit himself really hard to mark up his chest and neck like that. Anyways, I'm glad J. Coop is all right. Hopefully he recovers quickly and we can see him back on the bike again soon. I hate to see title contenders get knocked out. Now our second story of the day is regarding the penalty Honda HRC rider Hunter Lawrence and the race winner at High Point he was given after the race. Now he ended up going 3-1 on the day for first overall. Unfortunately, after the race, him and his team were notified of a 7-point penalty, knocking him down to 37 points, 1 point behind RJ Hampshire. Now, he did get to keep his overall win and everything, but they just took his points, and I believe the pay bonus too. Now, why, you may be asking? Well, according to the AMA, at some point towards the end of Moto 2, Hunter Lawrence was seen jumping a red cross flag. Now, I can't find any footage of Hunter doing this, but I believe in the broadcast, I remember hearing either Ricky Carmichael or Jason Wygant saying they thought they saw him jump on it, but they didn't see any riders down, and neither did I. Now, either way, whatever the AMA says goes, so the rule on this reads, quote, "If race direction determines that there was a blatant violation of this rule, the penalty for non-compliance will be as read. During a motor race, if any positions are gained, the loss of the number of positions gained," so we're at 0 right now as he didn't gain a position, "plus the points and purse equal to 2 additional positions in the final results for that race." Since he was at 0 and they added 2 additional positions, that would put him to 3rd and knock him to 40 points instead of 45. Then it reads plus 2 additional points. Now that would knock him down to 38. So with my math, I got 38 points. I really don't understand how he got 37. I mean, maybe I messed up somewhere, but I'm pretty sure first place is 25 points, third place is 20 points, 45 in total, minus 5 would be 40, minus 2 for the total of 7 down would be 38. Maybe I screwed up somewhere along the way, but he did indeed get counted down as 37 points. So here's Hunter Lawrence's short and sweet response to this whole incident.
Let's hear from the winner, Hunter. Not winner on overall, but not on points, I heard. So are you aware of the penalty that was assessed to you?
Yeah, it was. I think it sucks.
It really sucks to see him get penalized. If he did indeed jump on the red cross flag and a rider was down, then hey, it's fine. I don't care. That's the rule. Now, if there was a red cross flag out for no reason, like the broadcast guys thought, then this whole deal's kind of stupid. Anyway, if someone can tell me where I went wrong on that math, I would love to know, because I broke it down like 8 times, and I cannot figure it out. So, If you figure it out, leave it in the comments down below. All right, our final story of the day is regarding HEP Progressive X-Star Suzuki rider Ken Roczen and his thoughts on his relatively good day in High Point. Now, after doing Supercross prep only all year, then deciding to race the High Point National and only training 2 days in motocross, I think Ken Roczen's podium was pretty impressive. Now, obviously, it could have been better for Roczen if he didn't crash out of second place in the first moto, but yeah, he ended up falling back to 7th, as you know. Either way, a 7-2 for 3rd overall and leading a few laps after not planning to do motocross at all this year is pretty impressive to me. Ken Roczen was asked to describe his day in a post-race interview. Roczen responded, quote, "I went down there, we had a good battle. The track was a brutal one to come back for, the first one, you know. We got into a bunch of lappers and I tried to pop out of the rut and kind of tucked the front end and went down. Then I was stuck in the rut and couldn't find neutral, and when I did find neutral, every time I would kick it, it would pop back out. So definitely on the struggle bus there. But I really just came here to kind of give the fans what they wanted to see, you know. I'm happy that I did that today. Obviously, Jet's been on one lately, and he was able to get the job done again today. But I was able to lead some laps and put up a little bit of a fight. The track was something else. There's so much to talk about. I only did 2 days of motocross this week. I did some motos on Monday, and we tested half a day on Wednesday, and that was it. So for that, showing up, and then this track was a muddy mess out there, I think it was an amazing day with Progressive X-Star Suzuki. I personally think he did really well, but with more training and more experience on the Suzuki under his belt, I think he could battle and maybe put it to Jet Lawrence for a couple wins. Now, who knows? He did mention that he might do a few more motocross rounds this year, so maybe we will see those Jet Lawrence, Ken Roczen battles for the win this summer. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Can he take it to Jet? Well, that's all the news I have for you guys today. I, again, would like to thank Chase Yentzer for coming on. I think he's me up-and-coming top kid soon, so if you enjoy my content, subscribe on YouTube and follow on Spotify. If you want to support me directly, snag a magazine. You know where to go and do that. Thanks to all of you guys who already bought a couple copies. It means a lot to me. Now, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next news video.